Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic. We're recording this episode and I am hungover. So,
Yes,
any
this
any
is going to be
mistakes that
interesting.
happen, I'm so sorry.
This is a come as you are recording.
Yep,
This is a come as you are episode.
I am running on fumes.
Yes.
Fumes.
Yeah.
I drove a car today
It's
and I literally don't know how I did that. I quite literally don't know how I did it.
I don't know how you did it yesterday, so
Oh, I didn't drive after I started drinking yesterday. Of course.
okay.
Would
Okay.
never. Would never.
Yeah.
No. My
Okay.
limit if I'm driving is one drink and then I like to wait like 30 minutes before I drive. Like I'm a safe driver, y'all. I don't do that.
Yes. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. But I woke up. Woke up, barely slept. Uh and I'm a little hungover. Yep.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
going through it.
I'm going through it. So probably shouldn't have had like 6, 7, maybe 8. Who remembers shots last night? But I had a long day. I guess we're just gonna talk about me first.
Yes, go ahead. Go
I had a
ahead.
long day yesterday. I was helping one of my aunts move, and
Yep.
so yesterday I woke up at 7 in the morning,
Yikes.
and we started at 8. I worked. We like emptied out the house. We took 2 trips to the dump, and then packed up some stuff to go to storage. All day, all day.
All
It
day.
was, it was exhausting. It was exhausting. And then today we were going to take the stuff to storage, but the storage place, like, their system was down or something, and so we
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get into like the unit that we needed to get into. So we had to wait for someone who worked there to come, but they didn't come until 9:30, and we got there at 6 a.m. So,
Yay.
yay! And then last night, after we were done with everything, we dropped my aunt off at her sister's house, and one of my cousins was like, "Y'all look tired. You want a drink?" I said, "Absolutely." I pretty much pushed everyone out of my way, opened up that bottle of Jameson, threw back a shot, and I was like, "Oh, let's do some more." Kept going. Next thing I knew, I was drunk.
Jordan said if there's one thing I'm gonna do, it's drink.
It's have a drink when I'm
Yep.
that stressed out and exhausted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not a great weekend. Not at all. I never want to do this again. I need to keep my money up so I can hire movers. I no. Never
Yeah,
again.
as somebody who just moved, it's it's a lot.
It's a
It's
lot.
a lot. No matter how prepared you are never prepared for moving day.
No.
You are never prepared. Something
So
always goes wrong.
something always goes wrong. In my case, everything went wrong, but you know what? It's fine. On a happier note, we got our Beyonce tickets.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We got our Beyonce tickets.
I
We,
was I was so stressed.
mm-hmm.
So stressed because
You
I
and me
was the one that
both.
got in.
Yeah.
I was the one that got in, and we checked Club Renaissance. We are not
Mm-hmm.
going to be in Club Renaissance.
We don't. Our money don't run like that.
No, it don't.
Our
It
money does
don't.
not run like that. I'm so
It
sorry.
does not run like that. I wish it did, but
Same.
it's not. It's not. So
I had a
yeah.
choice between being a little bit further and eating, or not eating, and I chose to be a little bit further so I could be able to eat because I still had to
Yes.
buy some plane tickets and some other stuff.
Mhm.
I I couldn't. I'm sorry, I couldn't swing Club Renaissance. It wasn't going to happen
Yeah. Yeah, we're not swinging for it.
because guys, those when I actually saw, because we used my credit card, when I actually saw how much we spent, I was like, damn, those fees are are something.
Yes, they are.
I was like, wow, that's like an extra $200 in fees. I was like, that math ain't mathing. So,
It's not.
Congress, get Ticketmaster. Get them.
Yeah, go
Get them.
off. And
Go
you know
off.
what? Surprisingly, everyone's against Ticketmaster, so I'm surprised they haven't gotten them yet.
Oh, get them, please.
Yeah,
There's nothing I love more than breaking up companies. I love that. I
you
love
love to
breaking
see
up
it.
companies and unions. Love it all. But yeah, so we got our tickets. Really happy about that.
hmm Yep.
Um, I got my car back.
Yes, you
That was a
did.
wild ride. A wild, expensive ride.
Yes, it was.
Mm.
I'm so
And
sorry.
that was right after the tickets too.
It was. It
Right
was
after the
literally a day
tickets.
after the tickets.
Whoo.
Jordan is struggling right now.
Yep.
Jordan
But
is struggling.
but I have a job interview tomorrow.
Yes, you do. With a
I
good
do.
company.
We're a good company that has a very nice pay range.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes, it
yeah,
does.
yeah. My job has been a little funny when it comes to my
Mm-hmm.
raise. Still haven't received my raise. It's almost March.
They still playing games.
They're still playing games, so they don't know that I love to play games.
Yes.
My favorite game is chicken. I will play chicken.
I will play chicken up to the point where I have a job offer in one hand and
Yep,
my company's balls in the other. And
exactly.
I'm saying which is going.
Literally, don't play with me. I quit a job after 3 months because it stressed me out. Don't think I won't quit a job for some more money.
That job was literally killing you, so
It was killing me. But yeah, so I'll keep you all updated.
yeah.
Might I might have a new job soon.
And if he gets a new job, I might get a new job.
hmm I told Kelly I'd get her in if I got in.
Cause that money do be talking though.
Yes. Everyone deserves more money. Every normal human being, working class person deserves more money.
Mm-hmm. Cause if this capitalism thing is just gonna keep going, I need
Yep.
more money.
Yep. Use your current job you have right now. Start looking for new jobs. Just to see.
Mm.
Just see what's out there.
Yeah.
Just see
We're
how
window
much more money
shopping.
you could get. Yeah, I'm window shopping. I'm
Just window
just
shopping. I'm just looking.
I'm networking. I'm
Mm-hmm.
networking, guys.
I'm just sending out some feelers,
Some
just
feelers.
testing the water.
I just want to by the time I'm 30, I want to have been working in every single industry on this planet.
Mm-hmm. I'm a Swiss Army knife of knowledge and
mhm.
training, and I want to know. I
Yep.
want to be a part of everything.
Yeah. Would this be my third industry in like 5 years? Yep.
Yes,
Yes. In less
but
than
that
five
makes me
years,
bring
actually.
a unique
Unique
perspective to the table.
perspective. Yeah.
This is how we go through interviews, guys.
Yeah.
This is how it goes.
Yeah. You gotta be able to bullshit. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
oh yeah, 1,000%.
1000%. Well, how was your week, Kelly?
It was pretty good. Having Monday off really does make a difference for the work week. I will say it. I was so much happier at work. I was actually okay going to work on Tuesday, and like the fact that Friday was just that much closer, I was like, thank you.
Legalized 4-day work weeks.
Legalized 4-day work weeks. Honestly, it makes me so much better at my work because I am rested. I am ready. There was a day though that I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday that I forgot to set my alarm.
Ooh.
And so I literally woke up 15 minutes before I was supposed to leave the house. So
I th- I
that was
think
a
that's a
whirlwind.
I think that's a bun type of day, and
Oh, oh, definitely. Like, literally,
yeah.
sometimes I usually make my lunch the night before, and I pick out an outfit the night before so that I don't really have to think about it in the morning. That day was the day that I only picked out my outfit and not my lunch. I didn't do anything for lunch. Because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna set my alarm early, and I'll get up and I'll do it. Nope. I literally ran out the house when I was that girl that put their makeup on, and it wasn't even all my makeup. It was literally just the essentials. It was literally my eyebrows and mascara, and I literally did it in the car.
Mm.
I was that girl.
Okay, that's fine.
But I made it to work on time.
You made it to work on time. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I
That's
made it
all that
safely and I
matters.
made it on time.
Hmm.
So that was my week. It was pretty hectic. But yeah, normal work week, I guess.
Yeah.
Legalize 4-day work weeks, please,
Realize for,
because
please.
I cannot do these 5 days. 5 days
Oh yeah.
literally kill my soul.
Hmm. I feel
I need
that.
to start playing the lottery. I'll take
Mm.
any small amount of money,
Mm.
please.
I don't know how
But
I
yeah,
would
that's
act if I
me.
won the lottery. Oh,
Honestly,
okay.
literally, I think I would. If I won the lottery, I would literally spend the first week in disbelief,
Hmm.
and then it's paying off all my debt. It's moving somewhere. It's buying a plane ticket. It's doing something. It's doing
Oh,
something,
the first thing
and
I'm
and you will
doing.
never hear from me until like I come back from wherever I'm going.
Hmm.
Okay,
I
that's
already
what's
have
going
like a
on.
little plan in the back of my mind, in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
If I were ever to come into a large sum of money, I
Hmm.
would quite literally quietly sell everything and move somewhere and tell no one.
Yeah.
Like my phone number would change, my social
Hmm.
medias would be deactivated, and I would move somewhere.
Yeah. Jordan is vanishing off the face of the earth in
Yeah,
every
you
way
will never
possible.
find me. You will
Yeah.
never be able to get in contact with me. Uh,
Mm-mm.
no, I will be
Nope.
living like Sydney and Scream 3, just like off the grid. You never find me.
It'll just be him, his property, and his money in the bank.
Uh-huh, and some dogs. That's it.
And some dog. Yeah, that is it. That's literally all I need.
Every
Really.
once in a while, I'll put on some sunglasses, head out to the airport, and go on a trip.
See, I would be that person that I'd find a good apartment somewhere and rent it, or I'd buy a house and have like a roommate that like one of my friends could live there,
Hmm.
and then I would just be gone. I'd be out doing something.
Mm.
Watch over my house. I'm gonna be taking private jets so that my dog can come with me, and we are going somewhere.
Sounds fun.
Yes.
Sounds
Also, I
fun.
need the private jet because I have a big dog. That's why.
Okay.
And she's getting a sister. I'm getting one of those designer tiny dogs just because I can, and they're cute.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I'm gonna be
Love
that
that.
rich person.
Yeah, that rich person. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah. So either end capitalism, do a 4-day week, or I win the lottery.
How
That's
about
it.
all? How about all of that?
Oh, or all. I
Or
still won't
all?
work though. I still wouldn't work though.
Not even like a fun like little job that you just pop into like once or twice a week maybe, just so you have something to
like a
do.
like a part time,
Like a not even like a part time. Like a just like you just
like an
come
on
in
call.
whenever. Yeah, like an on call maybe, or they're like we need help like once a month. Come in if you
Hmm.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you know what though. I feel like I'd be one of those people that like I'd be that person where I'm like, oh yeah, I have like a Pilates class at this time, and then I have this class at this time. I feel like I'd be that person to like take up my time. Like I wouldn't want to work.
Oh,
I'd rather go and learn something and like do something. You know what I
I
mean?
could not do that.
That would have to be me.
I could not do that. I would. I. Especially if it's working out. I would be like, no, I'm not going.
Well, I feel like one of them would be like a workout, and then like the rest would be like something fun. Like I'd take like an art class or maybe a dance class or something. Like it'd have to be like something fun.
Because
Like
literally last week, I think I worked out twice. Like that was it. I could not find the motivate. First off, it's been so fucking cold. By the time I get home, like I feel like my muscles are so tight from all the cold. Like I just want to sit on the couch, warm up,
mm-hmm.
eat some food, and then take a nice hot shower.
That is
Like
fair.
like the thought of getting on my exercise bike when like I'm so fucking cold, it I don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, you gotta move to warm up. Like, no.
No.
I can warm up under a blanket.
Yeah. The heater's on. That's
Yeah.
warm. That's warm.
Yeah, I'm plugging in my electric blanket. Like that's how this is going.
Mm,
I
yeah.
don't I don't need to do all that.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's get started.
Let's
let's
get
talk about
started, yes.
let's talk about the reason we're actually here. Um
Yes.
so today we're going over The Help,
Yes.
white
What a great
savior
movie.
movie, The Help. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
So, our movie starts off with a voiceover from Abilene Clark, who is a maid working in 1963 Jackson, Mississippi. Abilene is explaining her life and about how she always knew she was going to be a maid because her mother was a maid, her grandmother was a maid, and then like her great grandmother was a slave. So she was like, "Well,
Yeah, well, I'm a maid.
I'm a maid." And so she then explains that she has raised so many children that it's like second nature to her. Because along with being a maid, she's also a nanny. I guess it's
Yeah, she's like a mix.
like it's like part of her duties somehow. I don't know how that constitutes cleaning, but
Maybe she like sells herself as a nanny and then like while she's there, maybe to get more pay or something, she's like, "Hey, I can cook and clean."
didn't she make like 53 cents like a week or a
Yes.
day or something like that?
uh I think it's a day, 53 cents a day.
She doesn't get paid enough because like she's
No.
along with being the maid, she's also like we said the nanny and also like a
Mhm.
personal assistant.
Basically. Basically.
Like she gets
She
dragged
holds
around
that family
town,
together.
yeah, to do whatever they need.
Mhm.
Very weird.
Mhm.
And so yeah, for 6 days a week, yes, you heard that right. She works 6 days a
Yes.
week.
Yes.
She works for the Leafort family, which includes Elizabeth, the mother, May
Mhm.
Mobley, a daughter that is like a little chubby, even though she's like 3 years old, and all children are chubby
Mhm.
when they're like
Yeah.
3. But
They're a kid. They've got their baby fat, y'all.
Elizabeth does not like this.
No.
It's the 60s, so she's fat, so she's ugly.
Yes. Poor
And
body
then
image issues.
poor body image, and then Mr. Leafort, who isn't around much, barely
Mm-mm.
speaks. We don't even know his first name. So we're then introduced to Eugenia Skeeter Phelan. I will be calling her Skeeter
Yes.
because that's what everyone else calls her. Who Abilene says is the only girl in Jackson without a man or a baby.
Good for
Fun,
her.
good for her. Love that for her.
Love that for her.
Keep up the good job.
How old is she? She's
Uh,
like what, 23, 24?
she is 21. She's 21,
No, I
Kelly.
thought she
She
was 23.
she just graduated college. That's why she's coming back. She's
Oh, what?
21. So Skeeter goes into the town newspaper, the Jackson Journal, and is
She's
able to finesse.
23, Jordan.
She is not 20. Who graduates college at 23?
Everyone? More
I
well,
Everyone. I was not 23 when I graduated.
well, same.
And I was year late, and I still was not 23.
Yeah, so we were a year late. So we were
22. I was 22 when I graduated.
Oh, I was 20. Okay. I was 23 cuz your birthday hadn't come yet. You're 22.
I feel like Skeeter should have been 21. Whatever. Uh,
She's 23.
whatever. And so, yeah, Skeeter's able to finesse her way into a job
Oh
as
yeah.
a cleaning columnist.
Yeah,
Uh,
so she takes over the column that deals with like household cleaning things,
yeah,
questions.
even though everyone seems to have a maid, so I don't understand why the column exists. But yeah, it's called the Miss Myrna column.
Yes.
We then are introduced to fellow maid and best friend to Abilene, Minnie Jackson, and her
I love her.
employers are the Holbrook family, consisting of town mean girl Hilly, Her quote unquote elderly mother, Mrs. Walters, she doesn't look any older than like 65, maybe
She
70,
doesn't. Yeah.
but she's elderly and has
Well, in the
maybe
60s, that's
dementia.
probably a long time.
True. She might have dementia, she might not. It's sort of inconsistent. Um, and then Hilly's husband, who, like we said, none doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, and she also has at least one child. She might have two, but I only really remember
Yeah.
seeing one, like a son.
One. Yeah.
Hilly is like the head of like the social like club in town with all the ladies, and whatever Hilly does, all the other women in town follow.
Yes.
Minnie is known as the best cook in Mississippi, so Hilly moved her mother into her house so that she could have Minnie working for her because Minnie was originally Mrs. Walters' maid.
Yes. Yes. So she should have been paid double.
Yeah, technically, that's two families I'm taking care of.
That yes, that is two clients.
One day, Elizabeth is hosting bridge club at her house, and Minnie and Aveline are put in charge of catering it because, like I said, they're personal assistants.
Yes, they are.
Um, and so Skeeter comes over, and all of the girls are happy to see her because they all went to college, but they left as soon as they got boyfriends slash husbands.
We love to see it.
And she was the only girl to like actually graduate.
Yeah, to come in. Good for her.
Good for her. Skeeter tells everyone about her job and asks Elizabeth if she can ask Aibileen about cleaning advice. And when she's asked why she can't just ask her own family's maid, she tells everyone that her family's maid, Constantine, quit. So Elizabeth agrees. While everyone is playing bridge, whatever that is, Aibileen answers a phone call from Celia Foote, who asks to speak to Elizabeth, but Aibileen tells her that she's busy before Celia asks if Aibileen knows any maids available to work for her, and she says no, because Hilly hates Celia, so everyone else hates Celia.
That's so awful, honestly.
And the reason why she hates Celia is because Celia got married to her ex boyfriend,
Yeah, who she is still in love with, by the
who
way.
she's still in love with.
Even though she's married with a child.
And to be quite honest, what's her name? Hilly's husband kind of looks exactly like Celia's husband.
Yes, yes.
They
She's
kind
like,
of
if I
look.
can't have the, she's like, if I can't have the original, I'm gonna find some copy somewhere.
Yeah, I'll just pick a copy because they look almost exactly alike.
I mean, at that point, all white men at certain points look the same, so she probably didn't have to look
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, true. Also, while they're playing, Hilly has to go to the bathroom, but refuses to at Elizabeth's house because she doesn't like sharing bathrooms with colored people because we carry different
The
diseases than white
diseases.
people, which is so funny because white people have literally killed like half of the world with their diseases. But
Right. They're the ones with the disease.
they're the ones with the diseases. But we're not talking about that.
We're not. We're
Um,
not.
and so she's also drafted a bill to make it a law for every white house to have a separate bathroom for their colored help.
Because she just assumes every white family has enough money to do that.
Enough money to build essentially an outhouse because they're not inside
Yeah,
the house.
basically.
They're not in the
Basically.
house.
Yeah.
And there's no sinks either. It's just a toilet.
Yeah, so that's not sanitary at all.
That's not sanitary at all. If you really want to spread disease, do that.
Yeah, don't put a sink in a bathroom. That's
But yeah,
gross.
so after everyone is done playing, Skeeter asks Aibileen for some help with the Miss Myrna letters, and she agrees and asks her if she knows where her maid Constantine is, but Elizabeth comes in before Skeeter can get any information. Skeeter goes home, and her mother, Charlotte, is trying on wigs because she has cancer and her hair is falling out. And so Skeeter asks her mom about Constantine, and she changes the subject immediately to how
Yes.
Skeeter doesn't have a man. She's like, oh, Constantine, why don't you have a man?
Right. Why don't you try this dress on so you can go get yourself a man?
A man. You're at the ripe age of 23. Your eggs are dying.
Yes.
She literally says
Your,
that. She says
yes,
your
she
eggs were
does.
dying.
Yeah. So if we're going by that logic, my eggs are dead.
Yep,
They're done.
dead.
They're done. I'm going to be a spinster for the rest of my life.
I'm a man, so of course, I can always have a child.
Oh my gosh.
Literally until I take my last breath, I'm able to have a child.
Yes. Yes. And some men have taken that on as a challenge and they need to stop.
Cannon.
Yes. Please stop that man at any cost.
Yeah, and so after she's completely changed the subject, Charlotte then sits Skeeter down and asks her if she's a lesbian, which Skeeter takes offense to.
I love that question. That was
And then
so
at
funny.
and then at dinner, Skeeter jokes about it before asking her father what happened to Constantine, and she doesn't believe him when he says that she left to go live with her daughter. And so she's immediately like, "Why did you fire her?" to her mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she yells at her mom and goes outside, where we get a flashback of Constantine comforting Skeeter when she didn't get asked to a dance,
Mm-hmm.
which they should have used an actual child.
They should have, yeah. It was literally just Skeeter in like pigtails,
And picked.
essentially.
Yeah. And so one day, Skeeter calls an editor in New York about a book idea centering around the lives of maids in Jackson, Mississippi, and lies and says that she has a maid who told her a story already. And
Mm-hmm.
so the editor's like, okay, send me what you got. That day, while asking Aibileen for cleaning advice, Skeeter asks Aibileen if she can write about her life, and she says no because she could be killed.
Yes.
This is the
Very
deep
valid
South.
reason.
This is the
Yes.
deep South in the 60s. She said,
I mean,
absolutely
even
not.
for just talking to Skeeter, she could get hurt.
Yes. And after Elizabeth and her husband get into a fight, Elizabeth tells Skeeter that Aibileen can't help her anymore
That was so
because
awkward.
it was very awkward because Elizabeth wants to build an outhouse for Aibileen, and her husband's like, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, Hilly will pay for it. Just pay her back.
Bruh.
New,
Does she
um,
not know how money works?
she doesn't, obviously. And
She
spoiler
doesn't.
alert, I guess Hilly does pay for it
Yeah, because they do get one.
because they do get one, and Hilly's like, set it up here.
On the
So
porch.
on the porch, it's like the
That's
front
so
porch.
awful.
That's so fucking disgusting.
Like they could have at least put it in the backyard.
In the back, I mean, not to
That's
like
awful.
not to like agree with this because like gross, but like
Yeah.
why would
We're
why
not
would you
agreeing with
put
this.
a toilet in the front of your fucking house?
Right. It's like 4 feet from the front door.
Yeah, the smell alone,
Yeah.
because
Like
there's no ventilation in there.
no, there wasn't.
It's literally just like a makeshift box with a toilet inside.
It's literally if somebody put like sheetrock and kind of just slapped it together and put a toilet inside for
Yep,
the door.
yeah, disgusting. But we're the ones with disease.
Right.
So that night, a storm starts, and Minnie doesn't want to go use the bathroom outside, of course. And
Yes.
so she tries to like sneak into the house and use it. She gets caught and gets fired.
Yes. Yes.
One day while going home from work, Aibileen and the maid that replaced Minnie at the Hillbrook home, Yule May, sees Minnie sneaking over to Hill. Wow, excuse me. Sees Minnie sneaking over to Hilly's house and asks her what she's doing, and she tells them to mind their business.
Yes.
Before going to Hilly's house to apologize with a pie.
A good
Uh,
pie.
a good pie. Skeeter also stops Aileen and asks her again if she can do this book,
In
but
public.
in public. And Abilene like, no,
Yeah, absolutely not.
absolutely not. Skeeter then goes down to the governor's office or city hall or whatever that was and gets a book on all of the race rules of Mississippi.
Yep.
That night, Minnie calls Abilene and tells her that she did something terrible. And if she doesn't get a new job soon, her abusive husband will kill her before Abilene hears Minnie scream as she gets attacked.
Yep. Not great.
Uh, Not great. That Sunday after church, Aveline is inspired during the sermon for some reason,
Hmm.
and she calls over
Yeah.
Skeeter and agrees to do the book.
Hmm.
Aveline is very nervous at first, but after she tells Skeeter that she wants to write down her stories, they get like a good groove going on.
Hmm.
One day, Yule May asks Hilly for a loan so she can afford to send both of her sons to college, and Hilly says no.
But I don't know
Which
what she was
I don't
thinking.
I don't know what she was thinking either. She literally just started this job, first off. Secondly,
Yeah.
you know Hilly's reputation. Why would you
Yeah.
ask her?
Yeah, it's not good. Like I don't know who her other employers were where she thought that she could, ask,
Yeah.
but yeah, she was not thinking.
Hilly wouldn't spit on her if she was on fire. I don't know why she thought Hilly
Yeah,
was going to
she
give her $75.
she would fan the flames.
Yeah.
Like, girl, we
Hil-
can't be doing that.
Hilly's an old fashioned racist. She did.
Yes, she
No, she
is.
was not going to help you.
Mm-mm.
Um, And so later on, we see that Minnie's husband forces their oldest daughter to become a maid and drop out of school to help pay the bills. And
Yeah.
Minnie, who has no other options at this point, goes to Celia for a job. And Celia is very grateful.
Oh yes.
Very
I love
grateful.
her.
Love
She's she's my favorite.
love Celia, but she can't cook and she can't clean.
No, she is in desperate need of
Desperate
a
need
of
of
a
some
of a
help.
maid. Yes.
Uh, Celia also tells Minnie that she doesn't want her husband to know that she hired a maid because she wants him to think that she's doing it all on her own.
Yeah.
Also, when Celia was arriving, or not Celia, when Minnie was arriving to Celia's house, um, Celia lives on a plantation.
Yes, she
She
does.
she lives on the Foot plantation. Why did they have Minnie working on a plantation? I
I
get that
mean, it
Celia is a great person, very nice, duh,
yes,
but a
doesn't change the
plantation?
fact. Yeah.
You asking me to come work on a plantation?
Yeah. No.
Mm.
Like she's not working in the plantation, but she's still close enough and it's uncomfy.
The ancestors are not resting well.
No, they're not. They are screaming to turn
They're
around.
they're
They're like,
screaming.
don't do
They're
it.
very uneasy. They worked very hard so that you wouldn't have to work there, and you ended up coming
Exactly.
back.
Right.
So later on, at a meeting for a Christmas benefit for starving African children,
Mm.
I rolled my
It never
eyes
makes
so
it to
hard.
the. It never made it to the hungry African children, did it?
Even if
That
it
money
did, there's hungry black children right in the state
right
of
here.
Mississippi.
Right.
Feed
You
them
are
first.
employing. You're employing their mothers. Like,
Yeah, feed their
and
mother.
some of them are working for you already. Like,
Yes, Minnie's
come
daughter is a
on.
child.
Literally, she is 15. That is a
Uh,
baby.
okay. Yeah, Hilly asked Skeeter to put her home quote unquote sanitation initiative in their like town newsletter.
Yeah.
Later, Skeeter meets Hilly and Elizabeth at a diner slash grocery store.
It is
And
interesting, yeah.
very interesting. And Hilly tells her that she set up a double date for Skeeter.
I would have
Yay.
immediately said no.
I would have immediately said no too.
Also, the guy that she's setting her up with has blown her off multiple times.
Multiple times, yes.
So that's not a good sign, first off. So I would have said
No.
no.
Yeah. I would give you one blow off. I would count it as like maybe an emergency came up. If
Mm-hmm.
you two times, no, no,
Yeah, two
absolutely
times? You're
not.
definitely not interested.
But honestly, we should have saw that red flag.
We should have.
We should have, or Skeeter should have.
Yeah, she should have.
And another one comes up too that she ignores. But
Yes.
we continue with the story. We then see Yule May vacuuming at Hilly's house, and she finds a ring and steals it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Abeline is getting to work and starts changing May Mobley's diaper when she notices that Elizabeth does not change May Mobley's diaper after
No.
she leaves.
Nope.
So, does that mean the entire day of Sunday she does not change her daughter's diaper?
Probably not. Probably not.
So, her daughter's just sitting in shit and pee for 24 hours?
Yep.
And yet
Yep.
she gets to keep her children, but Jordan, keep going.
This is like the time travel. We can't talk about it. We can't get
We
into
can't
it.
talk about it.
No.
We can't. And Aveline tells Skeeter that although Elizabeth is pregnant with another child, she should not have children, which
She
I
shouldn't.
wholeheartedly agree with.
Yeah. She shouldn't have had the first one.
But quite honestly, I think a lot of people shouldn't have children.
Shut down the factory. Some of you need to
Hmm.
shut down that factory.
Some of y'all want babies, but you don't want humans. If you know what I mean. Like, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's y'all that buy husky puppies and then the minute they get one and they're grown, y'all are putting them in dog adoption centers.
Yeah.
Those are y'all. Especially
Hmm.
with German Shepherds. German Shepherds and Huskies, y'all love them when they're babies, and then the minute they get big.
Yeah, I have a giant German Shepherd now. He gets on my last fucking nerves, but I'm not gonna give him up.
Right. I literally have a pit that was rehomed already, and I am now her mother. So
Yeah,
y'all
like
need
I'm
to keep
stuck.
your dogs.
Like I'm stuck with him now. Like he's part
Yes.
of the family now.
Yes. Yes. I treat. They are family.
I
Okay.
did.
Doesn't
I did
matter how
not.
much I spent on them. They are
Did
mine.
not. Did not ask for this dog, but he's here
Surprise.
now. So nothing I can do about that.
Nope.
Yeah, and so Minnie then comes in while they're having their conversation, and after at first being very hostile towards Skeeter, she like agrees to participate, and once she starts talking, she doesn't stop
Oh yeah. They go all night.
all night. The day of Skeeter's date, her mom straightens her hair with what? I don't know what that thing was. It looked like a
I,
vacuum cleaner.
she basically set her hair in curlers and then heated it up, and then
Yeah,
when it dried, it was straight. Basically.
yeah. Still looked like a vacuum cleaner to me, but she looked really nice. Straightened her hair, dressed her up, and then Skeeter drives her family's truck with like a motor reader attached to the back, and arrives at Hilly's house all sweaty and crazy looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so she goes on her date with this man named Stuart, and he is a drunk asshole. So Skeeter
Yes,
leaves.
as she
Red
should.
flag number two.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that I'm gonna count that as two red flags.
Yeah,
Three,
drunk and
three
an
red
asshole.
flags. He's out. He's
Yeah,
out.
yeah. 3 strikes are out, buddy.
He couldn't even be a normal human being.
No.
A normal human being for one night.
Yeah, he blows her off twice, and this is how he acts.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. She better than me.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, she
Couldn't be
is.
me. At Celia's house one day, Minnie teaches her how to like cook food, like edible food. um, And she teaches her how to make fried chicken and the importance of Crisco, which, like, who uses Crisco
People
to
still use
fry?
Crisco.
Do they?
Yeah, I've seen some recipes online where they still call for Crisco or lard.
I a couple years ago for Thanksgiving, I was gonna make a peach cobbler, and I was gonna make it like fully from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought some Crisco because they needed shortening
Yep.
for
You need. Yep.
something. Don't remember. I ended up just buying pre-made crust. Uh,
Yeah.
um,
You probably needed shortening for the crumble or crust or something like that.
Probably, but I still have not touched it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that Crisco is still in the cabinet.
Yeah. I think I used Crisco. I think I used Crisco for like what was it? Some kind of pie. And it called for I bought like the smallest one I could find and
Yeah,
it sat there after that. I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll make the pie again so I can just use it." Nope, never did.
no,
Crisco just sat there.
I never opened that Crisco. I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure they're like vacuum sealed. I'm pretty sure I can still use it.
You could. They last for a
Not,
long time.
not that I would,
No.
but yeah. Minnie loves her some Crisco.
Yep.
And so while they're eating, Minnie tells Celia that she has to tell her husband about her working there, and Celia says that she will eventually.
Yeah, because
Mm.
her cooking can't go from inedible to 5-star Michelin overnight.
Overnight,
She told Minnie to
but
burn some of the chicken.
yeah, she's like, let's just burn some chicken. And Minnie was like, hell no, I'm not wasting some good
Yeah.
chicken.
Yeah, she's like, Minnie don't burn no chicken. Nope. Good for her, honestly.
Yeah. And so eventually Skeeter turns in her stories about Minnie and Aileen, and the editor likes them. But
Mm-hmm.
she tells Skeeter that she needs at least a dozen more stories from like a dozen more maids.
That's so crazy.
And so Minnie says that they asked everyone, but they all said no. And when Skeeter wants to give up, Aileen tells her about how her son died because of like an accident on a construction site or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And because he was treated so badly as a black person, he died instead of like being treated at a hospital and,
Yeah. They
treated like a
literally
human being.
took him to a hospital
They threw him
and
out
then
of
they
a truck
threw him out of a truck and just left.
and left. They didn't even get him to the door. They just threw
No,
him
they just kicked him out.
outside of the hospital.
Awful.
Yeah, awful. And so she tells her, "You can't give up," and she's like, "Cool, I'm not gonna give up.
Cool, we're not.
Cool, I believe in you. We'll get this."
Yeah.
Elizabeth has a baby shower one day, and Hilly notices the law pamphlet in Skeeter's bag because Skeeter's just been carrying this thing around everywhere she goes, I guess, for
Yeah, it's so
God
like
knows how long.
she should have just read it and like put it away. Like I
Put it
don't.
away. Leave it at your desk in your room.
Yeah, you don't need to carry it with you just in case somebody needs to like be reminded of the law or something.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you're giving yourself away.
Yeah, and then after Hilly sees Yul May speaking to Skeeter, she tells Skeeter that whatever she's doing, she needs to stop and to put her initiative in the newsletter.
Yep.
So Skeeter puts in a newsletter to drop off old commodes, toilets, instead of old coats.
Question: who has old toilets sitting around?
Hmm, I don't know.
Because there was a lot.
There were a lot of toilets.
Hmm.
Maybe there was a citywide bathroom rehaul uh thing going on. Maybe everyone in the city was redoing their bathrooms and they were like,
Maybe.
"Hey, let's save a little bit of money instead of going to the dump. We'll take it to Haley's house.
Yeah, we'll decorate.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll make a day of it."
Yeah.
And so one morning Stuart comes over. Well, maybe it's not morning because like they go out to dinner.
Like late afternoon.
One late afternoon, sure. Stewart comes over to apologize to Skeeter, And after explaining that he wasn't ready to go on a date after having recently been engaged, but she broke it off. Red flag.
Mm.
Ugh. And then immediately they just start dating.
Yeah.
He takes
They
he's
go on one date, he kisses her, and somehow they're together now.
they're together now.
Yep.
Even though, like we said, all those red flags. All those red
Mm-hmm.
flags. Remember
My girl
those.
is colorblind.
Colorblind. And not in the good way.
Mm-mm.
Uh I mean yes in the good way, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, and so one day Hilly calls Elizabeth frantic because people have dropped off tons of old toilets in her yard. And Elizabeth whoops May Mobley after she sits on one and uses the bathroom.
Yep.
And then after she gets spanked, Aileen comforts her as Elizabeth like jealously watches for some
It's
reason.
so dumb.
Yeah, so dumb. You can't be jealous and neglectful. Like, come on,
Right, right. Pick a side, dude. Like,
pick a
you won't
side.
comfort your child at all. Why are you jealous now?
One day Aileen is riding the bus home when a black man is killed on the streets. So she and another man are forced to get off of the bus and walk
Hmm.
home for some reason.
Yeah,
Don't know
like.
why. And so she struggles to get home because it's like many miles away.
Mhm.
She ends up like falling, and but she eventually makes it home. And Minnie tells her that a man was killed in front of his children for no reason by the KKK.
Yep. Yeah.
And so another day, Minnie is working and she hears noises coming from Celia's bathroom and breaks in when Celia won't let her in and sees that she's had a miscarriage. And so
So sad.
she starts taking care of her, and Celia tells her that this is her third miscarriage and she thinks that her husband Johnny will leave her since she can't have children.
That's so awful.
And Minnie literally says he's just gonna have to get over it. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
He's gonna have to get over it.
he's gonna have to get over it.
He married you, girl.
He married you,
Y'all are stuck till
so
death do you part. So.
yeah, through thick and thin.
Yep. Oops.
Sorry."
Oops. Gotta commit to your vows.
Like, oh no.
Oh no.
We then see that Celia has started like a rose garden where she buries the fetuses that she has
That's so
miscarried.
sad.
While going home one day, Yua May is arrested for stealing Hilly's ring and trying to sell it at a pawn shop. And Hilly like watches as she's being arrested very evilly.
Yes.
Like she's just sitting
Yeah.
there with her child by her side for some reason,
Right.
watching this woman get arrested and beaten because this
Yeah.
woman, you know, obviously freaked out a little bit because she was being arrested.
Yeah.
It's very weird. And then Hilly
She,
brags about it at the
yeah.
diner later.
She's literally like, "Hey Johnny, you want to go watch somebody get arrested on this random weekday? I'm going to pull you out of school for it,
But yeah, I'll
and
pull
then
you
we're
out of
going to
school
go
for
get
it and then a
yeah.
grilled cheese. And then we'll go get
Yeah.
grilled cheese.
Yeah, we're going to go get a sandwich to celebrate. You want to come?"
Yeah. Like, what is wrong with
It's
this woman?
it's so random, honestly. And it's just cruel.
This woman is cruel just to be cruel. Like, come on.
Mhm.
Like, I understand, yeah, she shouldn't have stole from you. Sure, call the police if you want to.
Mhm.
But this weird.
But to show up and
Weird.
watch with your
Yeah,
kid?
that's very weird.
Mm-mm.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Um and so Cedar like hears this. She's also in the diner while she's bragging. And so she goes to Abileen's house, and this incident has inspired all the other maids to tell their stories. Skeeter is told stories about a maid that had a boss that paid for some farmland so that she could have a shortcut to work.
That
Another
was
one
nice.
that was nice. Another one was forced to work for one of Hilly's friends because her mother left it in her will that she had to, which how does that work?
Yeah, she just willed a human being to another human being.
Well, that's slavery.
Yes,
That's
it is.
quite literally slavery. But Apparently, no one else in town would hire her. Celia, hire everybody.
Right. Honestly, they would be. Celia's such a great person. I love her.
If I were Minnie, I'd be like, hey, this is a really big
Yeah.
house. I think we should get
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 more maids.
Yeah. Because then I could just cook for you, and then
Yeah,
the
I can be
others
the
could
cook.
clean.
They can. This person could do the West Wing. This person can
Yep.
do the pool house. This person could
Right.
do the East Wing. Like
And you've got
we
so
get,
much acreage. You need somebody to take care of that.
yeah. I know a
That's what
girl
I'm saying.
who's really good at cutting grass. I I got you. I got you.
I got you, girl. I got you. You won't have to
Pull
lift
out,
a finger.
yeah, pull out your purse. I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
Um, yeah, it's so Skeeter gets all of the stuff she needs, and so she sends in a rough draft, and the editor's like, "Yay! I'm giving you 3 weeks to do the final draft, and also add something personal about your maid when you were growing up."
That's not
And
enough time.
not enough time to completely edit a book by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough time,
Nope.
especially since she had to do it like through typewriter, right?
Yeah. And does the 3 weeks include the sending
The
it back?
shipping, yeah.
Or is it 3 weeks to edit and then another week to send the package?
Another week to send it, hopefully. And so one day at one of Elizabeth's Bridge Club meetings, Celia comes over with a chocolate pie made by Minnie, and everyone hides from her, and not even well. Like they
It's
literally just
so obvious.
lay on lay on the floor and pretend like they're not there, even though she's banging on the window asking them to let her in.
And they literally had the music blasting as she was at
Yeah,
the door.
yeah.
Like, y'all are just mean.
And then when Celia goes home and tells Minnie, Minnie tells her not to go over there anymore, and
Yeah.
definitely not to bring over any more pies.
No, especially not a chocolate
Not
pie.
the pies. Oh, also not to go to the Christmas fundraiser for the
Yes.
starving children in Africa.
Mm.
Minnie also tells Celia that they don't like her because they think that she was fooling around with Johnny while he was with Hilly because of like
Mm-hmm.
how fast they got married.
Mm-hmm.
And she tells her that Hilly still has feelings for Johnny.
Ew.
Yeah. Celia also notices a bruise on Minnie's eye and helps her with it and tells her that she should hit her husband over the head with a skillet. And I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I feel like
Do
all
it.
women should keep a cast iron skillet on the counter at all times.
Yeah. It's a
At
warning
all,
and a threat at the
it's a
same
warning.
time.
It's a warning and a threat. Yeah. Not
Touch
a
me in any harmful way, you
yeah.
are getting the skillet.
Yeah. I would say a
No questions
knife.
asked.
I would say like a giant kitchen knife, but then there's a possibility you could get arrested and charged with
Yeah.
attempted murder or murder if you succeed. But if
Yeah.
you hit them with a pan, you could be like, I was about to cook something.
Right.
This was a spur of the moment thing.
Yeah. I wanted pancakes at 2 a.m.
Yeah. And then he started yelling at me for being too loud. So
Right.
he
So
pushed me, so I swung the
the
thing in
pan.
self defense. Sorry.
Right. Oops, he's on the floor out
Oops.
cold. Oops.
Oops. I waited 2 hours to call for help. Oops.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I was so afraid.
Yeah. I was so afraid he would wake up and do it again, so I hit
Yeah.
him again
Again,
just to
just
make
in
sure.
case. Yeah.
Yeah. Self-defense.
Self defense. Sometime later, JFK is killed. So yeah, randomly, JFK just is killed
I love
in the
how you
middle
just
of
went,
this
yeah, so
story.
anyway, JFK just died.
I mean, it's the next part of the plot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it literally is. It's the funeral, literally.
Yeah, and so
The
JFK
next
is
part.
killed. Political tensions are high. And
Yes.
so Minnie tells Aileen and Skeeter that they need some, a safety net, something to
Ugh.
ensure that no one finds out that this story is about Jackson. And
Yes.
so Minnie tells them that she gave Hilly a shit pie and watched her eat it, and that if they add it to the book, Hilly will go to her grave swearing that the book is not about Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we don't mean a bad pie. We literally mean
I
a
literally
shit
mean a shit
pie.
pie. She put shit into a pie and fed it to Hilly.
I love that she waited until she ate two slices.
Two
And then she's like,
slices.
yeah, yeah.
Eat my shit. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. What a queen,
What
honestly.
a
I love
queen.
that for her.
And evil ass Hilly sent her mother to a nursing home because she laughed at her for eating two slices of shit pie.
Yeah. That was vile.
That was vile. Like, you would have laughed if you found out that somebody ate a pie full of shit. Like, come on.
Right, right. If it wasn't you, you would have laughed.
You would have laughed. Come
You
on,
would have
girl.
laughed because that's who you are.
And after some contesting, like they don't want to do it, Minnie's like, if you don't put this in the book, take out all of my parts. And so they eventually agree.
Yes, because they need the book.
They need the book. And so at the Christmas benefit, a drunk Celia tries to apologize to Hilly and tell her that she didn't like cheat on Johnny.
Hmm.
And Celia, Celia, poor, sweet Celia.
Yes.
She has
Poor naive Celia.
she hasn't been eating. She's been drinking a
Mm-mm.
lot of champagne,
Yeah.
and so she's a little sloppy.
Oh, just a tad.
Just a tad,
Just
just a
a
tad.
tad.
She only ends up throwing up on the floor.
Yeah. Just on the floor, not on anybody, not on herself. On the
Yeah,
floor.
and she also congratulates Hilly after she wins one of Minnie's chocolate pies in an auction. And so, of course,
Ooh.
Hilly thinks that Celia knows about the
Yep.
incident.
She doesn't, by the way.
She doesn't. After the benefit, it is revealed that Hilly's mom, Mrs. Walters, entered her in because she put her
Yes.
in a nursing home.
Yes. Same though.
Same,
Same.
same. Actually, I would have asked Minnie to actually make her another shit pie. But yeah, the next day, Celia is thinking of leaving Johnny because she doesn't think that uh, she deserves him after what happened the night before. And
Hmm.
Minnie tells her about the incident and how it's her fault, not Celia's. And Celia just thanks her. She's like, "Thank you for
Yeah.
telling me that."
This woman lets anything go, literally.
Anything go. Just sweet as pie.
Oh yeah.
Uh, right after Skeeter sends in her book, she finally gets her mother to tell her what happened, or right before she's about to send in her book. She
Yeah.
gets her mother to tell her what happened to Constantine. And so this is what happened.
It's so awful.
Constantine's daughter walked into their house after being told not to,
Hmm.
uh, because Charlotte was being given an award by the female KKK. Look it
Yeah.
up.
Yes.
um,
Essentially.
so I'm side eyeing Miss
Hmm.
Charlotte a
Yes.
lot, and so she fires Constantine, and Constantine
Yeah.
moves to Chicago. They
Yeah.
then sent Skeeter's brother to Chicago to go retrieve Constantine because they felt bad for firing her.
Yeah.
But when he got there, Constantine had died.
Yep. Because that
Yep,
woman was old.
she was old. She was played by Cecily Tyson, old. So
Yes.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so Skeeter leaves crying.
Hmm.
Eventually, Skeeter's book, The Help, wink wink, gets published, and she shares her advance with everyone, giving each person who contributed $46.
Good for her.
Good for her. Really nice. And the
Really
book
nice.
becomes very popular,
Mm-hmm.
with whispers of it being about Jackson. Ooh. Especially after Hilly's mother gets Hilly to read it, and Hilly realizes it's about Jackson when she
Yes.
reads a very particular part of the book,
Yes. A very personal part of the
a
book.
very personal part. She really resonated with this book.
Yeah, she really connected with it, and I don't blame
Yeah.
her.
Hmm.
It was like she was actually in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And so Skeeter eventually tells Stuart about the book, and he breaks up with her because he's
Yep.
racist
Yep.
and an awful person, which I could have told you because
Yeah, we've been
all of
we've been
those red
telling you,
flags,
girl.
all those
Yeah,
red flags. But better she found out now
that is true.
before they got married or, God forbid, had children. Ugh.
Ugh.
Also, did you notice what I noticed with this book?
Hmm.
I laughed every time.
What?
The number of pages in the book depended on who was holding it. Like, some people were holding the book and it had a ton of pages, and some people were holding
Really?
it and it barely had any pages.
Oh my gosh, I
And
love that. They
I thought
probably
that
just
was
made
so
a
funny.
bunch. They probably just made a bunch, and they're like, it doesn't matter how many pages are in it. No one's gonna see it.
Yeah, they probably just made a whole bunch of covers and just slapped them on random books, or just like, here,
Yeah.
here's your
Yeah.
copy, here's your copy.
Yeah.
And so it turns out that Minnie was right, and Hilly tells everyone that the book is not about Jackson.
Yes, because she will not. She will take that secret to her
To
grave.
her grave, and honestly, I would too.
Yes, I would rather die.
Like, God himself could not get me to confess
No, 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 no,
that.
no. You'd have even
No,
if you waterboarded me, you tortured me. It's not coming out. You're killing me, dude.
yeah, I would rather die.
I would rather die.
And so, love this part of the movie. One day, Celia sends Hilly a check for her African starving children, and it's payable to Two Slice Hilly. And so Hilly zooms over to Skeeter's house to threaten to sue her. But Skeeter
Yep.
tells her that if she does sue her, she'll have to admit that she ate shit. And
Yep. The way if I was Hilly, the way I would just be like, "Oh, you're right.
oh, you're right.
Have
I'm
a
going
great
home.
day.
I'm
Right.
going
Have a great
home.
day. I'm going
I'm,
home. I'm
I'm
minding my
going.
own business."
I'm going home. Fuck you, but I'm going home. And so Charlotte hears all the commotion outside. She comes out, and after seeing Hilly's stress-induced herpes outbreak, she has a cold sore.
Yes, she does.
But we all know what cold sores are. Like, we're not children anymore, right? Right?
No, no,
Cool.
no.
And so she kicks her off of her property, saying that she doesn't want her to give everybody herpes.
Oh, I
Uh,
love
sh-
that.
Charlotte then tells Skeeter that she is proud of her and that she should go to New York and take the job that she's been offered.
Yep.
Minnie and Abilene later agree because Skeeter has burned every bridge possible in Jackson and will
Yeah,
also never get a man there.
she will not. And
She
honestly,
won't.
good for her.
Good for. She don't need none of them, man.
No,
No,
she don't. No, she don't. Stay clear. Stay
stay
clear.
clear of Jackson, Mississippi, man.
Yes.
Minnie gets to work one day and is greeted by Johnny, and after attacking him, he explains that Celia told him about her and also about the miscarriages.
Yeah.
And so he takes her inside where Celia has cooked a feast to thank Minnie for helping her. And they both tell her that as long as she lives, she has a job with them. And this
I love
gives
that
her,
she did that for her.
I love that too. And then this gives her like the courage to leave her abusive husband.
Heck yeah.
Love that.
Love
Um,
it.
Little side note: That food on the table looked bland. I'm sorry. it, it looked, how can I put this? It looked like, like advertising food, how like it's meant to look good, but like it doesn't look
Yeah.
edible. It
It
looked
looked
like
like it
that.
was put together. Yeah.
Like looked like there was no seasoning on any of the food.
Mm-mm.
Like they like
I
purposely
mean,
like
yeah,
put
it looked
everything to
good.
look
Yeah.
good, but it didn't look good. Like if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
But apparently it was good. Minnie loved it. She had the time of
Yeah.
her life.
Yes, you did.
One day at church, the whole church thanks Aibileen for her bravery, and after the service, when Skeeter is afraid of leaving for New York City, Aibileen, or because Aibileen and Minnie, she doesn't want to leave them alone. They're like, "We'll
Yeah.
take care of each other. Leave." They're like, "We can't get out of here, but you can go.
She's like, we love you, but leave.
You need to
Please.
go.
Someone needs to get out of here, and it has to be
Someone
you.
needs to get out of here." One day, Aibileen goes to work, and Hilly forces Elizabeth to fire her under the guise of some fake stolen silver or something like that. I don't
Yes.
know.
Yes. It's poorly planned, and we all know it.
Yeah, and so Aibileen calls out Elizabeth for being a bad mother and
Yep.
Hilly for just being a terrible person,
Which is also true.
which is also true. Before telling May Mobley that she loves her and that she will be the last child that she takes care of before
That is
leaving as
so
May Mobley
freaking sad.
cries.
So sad.
Aibileen then says via narration that she's going to be a writer like her son wanted to be. And that is the end of the movie.
Yep.
Now it's time for the movie facts. Although it was never mentioned in the movie, how Eugenia got the nickname Skeeter is revealed in the book that when she was born, her thin, leggy appearance caused her older brother to remark that she looked like a skeeter, which is a like southern word for mosquito.
Oh. Okay.
So her nickname is Mosquito.
Mosquito.
I'll save this one for last. This one's my favorite. Um,
Okay.
Next one, a little sad. According to the book, Constantine died 3 weeks after arriving in Chicago.
Hmm. That's
Um,
awful.
Please try to guess. I want you to try to guess who was almost cast in a small role in this movie.
Oh no.
You will not be able to guess this. Just go like outside of the box, like not an actress.
Alicia
Outside of the box.
Keys.
No,
Solely for the fact that she was in the that B movie.
no, it's not Alicia Keys, but you're on the right track, kind of.
I'm on the right track.
Yes,
So
it
like
is a
singer
it's a
artist,
singer. Yes,
not Beyonce.
it's not Beyonce. No,
Okay.
it's
Like
it's a
smaller than
white
Beyonce?
it's a white woman.
It's a white woman. Okay.
It's a white woman.
Christina Aguilera.
It's not Christina Aguilera.
Oh, there's so many white women. Just tell me.
Katy Perry.
Absolutely not. What was she
Yeah,
gonna do?
it just says a small role. But she had to turn it down because she had scheduling conflicts with the release of her album Teenage Dream.
Thank God.
Thank God. I wonder who she would have played. I have a feeling it would have been Anna Camp's character because she only has like 3 lines in this entire movie. I feel like it would have been her character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, last greatest movie fact. Bryce Dallas Howard, who plays Hilly, said on her official Facebook page that she hung a photo of Hilly above her toilet where she belongs. I
Well, I love that for her.
love that for her too.
That is where she belongs.
Yes. Actually, she belongs under the toilet, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, time for the question. Is this movie iconic?
I think so.
I also said yes.
I think
It
so.
is
It's
a
a really
white
good
savior
movie.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. But it's good. And this is one of the only white savior movies that actually gives the black people some sort of agency.
That
Like
is
it
true.
gives like have you watched Freedom Writers? That is the most white savior movie of all the white savior movies.
Is that the one that you watched? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm thinking of a different one. Never mind.
Freedom Writers is Hilary Swank goes to a underprivileged school, and with her alone she's able to connect with these poor gang affiliated children of color
Of
and
course she
help
is.
them be better members of society through writing or
Of course.
whatever.
Yeah, because that
It's
makes
it's
sense.
it's really white saviory. I also think what's his
Yeah.
name? Derek from Grey's Anatomy is in that movie.
No,
And
is
he
he
and,
really?
he's like the boyfriend who keeps like being like, "Why do you care so much?"
Matthew Patrick, is that his name? No.
No, I think that's a separate movie about that's I think that's a separate white savior movie. And I think it's Matthew Perry, not Matthew
Okay.
Patrick.
Okay. What is that gosh? What is that
There
guy's name?
just so everyone knows, there are so many white savior teacher movies. So many.
I love how we got that wrong. I love how I went to a totally different one.
Is it not Matthew Perry? Is that not his name?
Well, I was looking up Derek and it's Patrick Dempsey, but now let me look up
Oh,
Matthew Perry.
I thought you were talking about the
I got the Perry Patrick right.
I thought you were talking about the Matthew Perry white savior movie where he's like a teacher and
Oh,
helps
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
these kids in his downtrodden neighborhood or whatever.
Yes. Yes.
I also saw that movie and that movie was awful. Like not only was it
Was
like
it?
it's just bad.
Mm.
It was just bad. But yeah, we love
The Ron Clark story.
yeah, the Ron Clark story. Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, we think this movie is iconic.
Yes, we do.
So yeah, definitely watch it. It's good. It's a good time. You'll love it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's good.
It's good. Okay, Kelly. What are your recommendations for this week?
So, one of my recommendations is a movie. It is called Cyrano. It is made by well, I don't know if it's made by, but maybe they did it in collaboration with Joe Wright, who did Pride and Prejudice. So it's um one of those period drama movies with singing. It's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it.
Weird. Okay.
It's a good movie. I watched it at work and I had to stop it. Well, I watched some of it at work because I had to stop because it was getting too cute and I was making faces, so I had to stop. But yeah,
Oh my
it's a cute
god.
movie. Shut up, Jordan. Shut up. And my second recommendation is the Die For You remix with The
Oh.
Weeknd and Ariana Grande.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Great. Um. Ari has obviously gotten a new vocal coach, and
Yes, she has, and I love that for her.
they really put an emphasis on enunciation.
Yep, yep. She really said, "I'm in my musical theater era." Thank
Yeah.
you.
Anything else?
No, that's it for me.
That's it? Okay. Okay. For me, my first one is Deja Vu by Beyonce featuring Jay-Z. Anytime I
Oh, I love
swipe
that song.
more than 5 times on TikTok, I hear that song and I listen every time. I love Deja Vu.
Yeah, I love that song.
It is one of my favorite Beyonce songs.
Honestly, I will say that is that is the song that was most played on my Zune, and I feel like that was also the song that really got me into Beyonce. That is the
Oh,
song.
it is a perfect song. Oh,
It never misses.
never.
I can never listen to it
I'll
enough.
never skip it. I'll
Yeah,
never
I will
skip it.
never. If
I
I skip it,
love Deja Vu.
send me to the hospital. There is
Yes,
something terminally
there's
wrong with me.
there's something wrong with my brain chemistry has been altered.
Yes, I have gotten hit in the head. I am dying. There is cancer eating at my
Yeah,
brain.
there's something wrong.
Yes.
Deja Vu is a perfect song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My second one. Kelly's gonna love this one.
Am
My
I?
my second recommendation is "I'm Your Baby Tonight" by Whitney Houston, and there and I
Yes.
have to
Yes.
tell everyone something. There has something that's been weighing on my heart for years, for quite literally years.
Yes.
Every time I hear this song, I think of the X-Men from like the 90s, the animated series, the theme song. And
Yes.
if you're like, Jordan, why do you think of that? Listen to "I'm Your Baby Tonight" and then go listen to the theme song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone stole someone's flow.
Yes.
I don't know which one came out first. Someone stole someone's flow. It's
Yeah.
the same beat.
It is.
I think the tempo on the X-Men one is like a little bit faster.
Mm.
But like it's the same
It's
beat.
essentially the same thing.
It's essentially the same thing. And I've been thinking of it for years, and I finally spoke up and told someone about it. And
Hmm.
I was right. I
So
was right.
we are now burdened with this information.
Yeah,
I
I'm burdened
love
with
that
this knowledge.
song, and now I am burdened with the
And
knowledge of
now
X Men.
you have to go through what I've been going through for a long time. Now anytime you hear
Yes.
that song, you're going like
Stop! Stop! It is a Whitney Houston song and a Whitney Houston song only.
Not anymore. And my last recommendation is another song, of course. It's "Creeping" by Riley, which is Amber Riley's like musical nomenclature for some reason. Don't know why she
Hmm.
doesn't just go by Amber Riley, but
Yeah.
for her music, she goes just by Riley. And
Okay.
she made an EP I think last year. Maybe it was 2020, I don't
Yes.
know. But "Creepin'" is probably my favorite song on there. Excellent vocals. I want Amber Riley to do more music,
Yes, please.
please. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. Um, some wild things were said in this episode.
Yes.
Can't wait to edit and listen to this. We 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 might have outdone ourselves.
We
we,
did. We really
we
did.
we might have outdone ourselves. So if you want more, don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and Instagram. They're both at SYTYI Podcasts. You can send us some movie requests at our email, sytyiipodcast@gmail.com, or you can just send us like, hey, what's up?
What's up?
Um, some movie stories.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything interesting, like a tidbit about this movie that you want to let us know? And don't say that Viola Davis regrets doing this movie because I already know that. I already know that.
Yes, it's common knowledge at this point.
It's common knowledge. I feel like everyone on planet Earth knows that.
This is why it was not a movie fact.
Yeah. For movie facts, I try to do stuff that's like not well known, so
Yeah, 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 yeah.
didn't do that. Also, don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on
Mm-hmm.
Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone have a good week. Here in California, it is freezing. It's been snowing.
Yes, it has.
Snowing. Climate change is biting us in the ass.
Yes, it is.
Like I get it being cold, whatever. Like it's almost March. It needs to start warming up. I can't do this anymore.
Poxitani Phil said 6 more weeks of winter.
Fuck him. I'm tired. how come it's 30 degrees, 40 degrees out here, but in Atlanta it's 70.
It's 70 in Atlanta?
It's 70 in Atlanta.
It's not even close to 70 out here, bro.
It's colder out here than it is in New York City right now.
Same.
Like, what's going on? If I
Dude,
don't
we're
get some
literally like the
heat
same.
soon, if I don't get some heat soon, hell would be made. Okay? I'm freezing. I'm a
Yeah.
California boy. I don't like to be cold. I don't like seeing
Dude,
snow on the mountains.
I am literally like 5 degrees warmer than you. 5.
Oh, you going through it too, Kelly? Has it been
Oh,
raining
we
a
are
lot?
we are definitely going. Yeah, it
Good.
actually it has.
Gosh, it's been raining so much this winter. I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, we literally get like 25-mile-per-hour winds and rain.
Oh, it was so fucking windy, Kelly.
So
It
windy.
was so windy. Oh, I can't do this. No, no. This weather needs to wrap it up. It's supposed to stop raining on Tuesday.
Oh, and it's raining
Please,
Wednesday here, so
please. Oh, it's going to start raining again on Sunday, though. So,
great.
great. But either way, everyone stay safe. If you're
Stay
in a
safe
cold
out there,
place
y'all.
like California right now for some reason, stay warm
Yes. Take care of
and
yourselves.
take care of yourselves and stay iconic.
Stay iconic.
Bye.